Welcome to my post-parade show for Wednesday morning, December 10th. Today is the day where interest rates are likely to be cut. I guess there's a 85 or 88% chance, depending upon what informational gambling or betting stream you look at. But anyway, there's probably going to be a interest rate cut today, 25 basis points. This is the last of the major data points for 2025. So I think we probably get some sort of relief rally after well, I guess I'll go to the NASDAQ here. You're looking at GE Vernova. But if you go to the NASDAQ, you can see that there's been very little volume here recently as institutions are a little anxious around this meeting. We've had a run up on the NASDAQ and now it's stalled. And I think it continues to rally after we get this data point behind us. Maybe we have sell the news event. But remember, when the Fed makes their announcement, usually the first reaction, there's an opposite reaction to it. So if it goes down immediately, it's likely to rebound. And conversely, if it goes up after the announcement, then it's likely to sell off. So just be aware of that. That's usually what happens when the Fed makes an announcement. But I expect volume to pick up after this, the last major data point of 2025. You're looking at a daily chart of GE Vernova, which is now up 10%. In pre-market, they announced a bunch of good news last night, very bullish on their forward guidance, the buyback program, the dividend, the whole kit and caboodle, the whole nine yards, as they would say in World War II. But this one's going to break out above the 677.29 level. It looks like it's $10 above it here in pre-market. So this is one to watch today. I've had this on the ready list for a couple of weeks as I like the fact how it's been trading tight within a base, and I'm going to get to that on a couple of other charts that I'm looking at here that I kind of like. Yeah, going into the session today. One of them is BE, kind of a similar thing where it's trading tight near its moving averages. Hasn't based as long as GE Vernova base, but this is trading tight, and the moving averages are converging here. And I've got it on the five again. But anyway, that one and also CrowdStrike, another one trading tight. These moving averages are converging here. Yeah, I like that one a lot as well. They're both down in pre-market, which doesn't mean anything. A couple other names that I'm looking at today that I have on the ready list. App 11 has, it's extended here because it's moved so much from the off the lows. What was it, 490? Now it's at 724. But what is a little extended can become more extended as 5.2% above its 5-day line. But this is a powerful stock and it moves fast. Maybe it gets a little bit of a pullback, ahead of the meeting. But if there's a bullish reaction to the announcement from Powell, this thing could rip, up to $800 in a hurry. So that's one that I'm definitely watching. Wish I owned it, but I don't. Robinhood, this is the one that I own that's still stuck in this space. I still like it. It's above the 50 here, but just not have, yeah, if you could look at the app 11 double bottom base in comparison to the Robinhood, you'd have to call Robinhood a laggard here and needs to get it in gear a little bit. One that I put on the ready list this morning is Taiwan Semiconductor. This has got this double bottom base pattern, which has worked out pretty well recently, and it's up in pre-market. They announce monthly their revenue data, and yeah, it's real positive, real strong. You can't look at stuff month over month, even though they report that way. You got to look at it year over year because the month over month was slightly down, but you got to look at it year over year. And they've been delivering strong numbers, as you can see at the bottom here, those bottom blue numbers. HBM is another one that I put on because, the minerals have been doing well. This is another double bottom base pattern here. A later stage base, but yeah, supported at the five. We'll see some more volume come in today, hopefully, on this one. A couple others, the Mag 7s I got to throw in there. Tesla. Nice bounce off the 50 yesterday. And then Google, super strong name. Yeah, I'd like to see it get back above the five there. It closed just a tick above it. So you got to wait till after the Fed announcement today. A lot of things are going to change this afternoon and then tomorrow and Friday for sure. Couple other names that I like. I'm just going to go through these quickly. And Glowworm, this is obviously, 92.57 is your trigger. A lot of the bases here are only like 5 or 6 weeks because the Nasdaq made that high on October 29th. You're seeing a lot of this undercut and rally and now back up to the old high. So maybe a little bit of a handle to form, but we're seeing a lot of this here in the market because that's what the index has been doing. Comfort Systems, I know they went into the S&P. I don't care about that. This has been a super strong name. I think it's offering a buy point here below 1,000, pulled back to its five. Yeah, I don't really care about the S&P inclusion. It didn't do much for this stock. I just like the base here, the pullback to the 50, the support. Couple of days of selling off, yeah, it's just another stock that I like. So we're getting a lot of these setups here heading into this meeting, and that makes me a little more bullish. Just looking at how the index has been behaving ahead of this print. Yeah, I think we're going to get a relief rally, and a lot of these stocks are set up. This is Aura Minerals, obviously had a big day yesterday, up seven something percent. That's why I didn't put it on, but I still like this base. A couple days of selling here, and yeah, nice looking chart. GMED, I had this one on the ready list recently. Got to look at the weekly here. This is a big base here. Finally, we get 1 week or 2 days of pulling back nearly 3% this week. But you could see the pattern here as it rallies up, then it pulls back, and then rallies up, and then pulls back, and then rallied up. Now it's pulled back the last couple days. Maybe to pull back another couple more days, but at some point, I believe it's going to, make another new high. So that's GMED. A couple that are reporting earnings this week. JBL, another one of these double bottom base patterns here. Yeah, it's a base on base, double bottom here, but they report tomorrow. And then Sienna is another one that I like, but they're reporting once again 214, 17 is your trigger. It's trading right there. This morning, Power or Quanta Services, no crashes. And a base here looks pretty good. You just I think a push, a catalyst from the Fed could get some of these stocks running here into the end of the year. TPR, this is a apparel clothing, Kate Spade, Coach, handbags and apparel. Uh, Set up in a base here, probably need some time to shake some fools out. 4 or 5 days before it really pops, but it could, not all cups need a handle. It could just break out from that 118.56 level. I'm definitely watching that one. WPM, this is a gold stock, cup with handle pattern. This one's ready to go. Got upgraded this morning. Gold is kind of flat this morning, but got to watch it throughout the day. Wheaton Precious is one that I am definitely watching today and may buy this one as I don't have much in the gold area. ABVX, this one allegedly, there's rumors out, chatter this morning that Eli Lilly is making overtures towards this company. I guess the CEOs were spotted together in France, working out a possible deal. I don't know if there's any truth to the rumor, but you could see that Lilly has been pulling back in lighter volume, and it is about time for this one to pop back above that 1,000 level. A couple of names that reported this morning, Chewy. Eh, Up 3%. This thing's sold off heavily. Gotta love your pets, folks. And then a PLAB. This is one that, it's in this base. It's going to break out this morning, up 22% in pre-market. If you look at the weekly chart, you can see that it did this a year ago in December, made this big move. 3160 and then sold off for an entire year. And here we are again, 3111. So we'll see how this one plays out. But it's definitely going to break out of a stage one base here at the open as it's up more than 20% in pre-market. And a couple more Oracle reports tonight. I'm not a big fan of this one. Underneath the 200, then rallied back up. Oh well. Adobe reports software has been hurting because AI has been eating into some of their wares, right? Lulu reports don't expect much from them. The tariffs, Canada, big problems. Just $200 yoga pants, too much competition for them. Not interested. And then Open, I am interested in Open. Why? Well, it's got this pattern here where, it ran up, I don't know, 1,000%, and then pulled back. And recently it's been on lighter volume, just like the index, right? I mean, really lighter volume here as it was doing what 250 million. Now it's just really light volume as it does this little I don't know, you call it like a wedge pattern, but it is making higher lows here. It's got to get through this 50. I'm not saying this is a slam dunk, but I'm definitely watching Open. We know how fast this thing could move. And you see that 50-day line is $7.60. So it's just a tick below it here. So it's definitely another one that I'm watching. Lots happening today. Jerome Powell speaking well, the announcement will be made at 2 p.m. Eastern. He'll be speaking at 2:30. So have a great day, everyone. Never give up.